Hi guys, so I know it's Mental Health Monday, but honestly, I think the whole organizational thing has a lot to do with my mental health because, for example, last week I'm taking 4 college classes right now, I think, in order to get my prerequisites for nursing school done. So there's a lot that goes into it, especially like not having face-to-face classes where they like remind you and stuff, and maybe they don't remind you. I don't know, I've never been in like a real college class like in real life. So I'm taking 4 online classes right now, so it does get very stressful. So last week I did not fill it out. If you follow my Instagram, things had kind of just gone downhill and so I hadn't done anything in my planner, so I forgot to do like 2 assignments last week. Thankfully, this has never happened before, so the professors were very willing to work with me, and it's all figured out now. But you best bet I already wrote everything out for this week because I'm going on a trip, so did not want a repeat of last week. So my mental health just thrives off of organization and just having everything there. And it makes me feel more accomplished to have like a checklist so I can mark it down, and it just makes me feel so much better. So today I'm going to be showing you what's in my planner, how I stay organized with all of that. And I think today I'm just going to do like my stationery kind of stuff, and then maybe another day show you guys how I stay organized like through technology on Google Calendars and some other apps I use. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, sorry for the glare right there. That's my desk light. So to start off, I have my calendar, and I will have to look what it's called. Oh, here it is. Erin Condren Academic Planner. So, all right, sorry for the glare right there. To begin, this is the Erin Condren Academic Planner. So very customizable. I mean, you can even like upload your own templates and stuff like that, so it's very customizable. But I customized the colors because I didn't like the colors that were there. So if you like haven't noticed, pink is my favorite color, so of course I had to have pink. And be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Romans 12:12. So I thought that was very fitting in my life, so that's what I kept it as. So I'm gonna skip this page because it has some private information. So one of my favorite parts is this assignment part, and I mean, I don't really have, or it's called the projects and exams, but I don't really have like much use for this right now, but I feel like as I get into college and stuff, it'll be more useful. But during the school year, I would do like my weeks for my college classes and just have these little check boxes, and it was just a good way for me to like obviously I didn't like check them off very well, but and then like I had this really big assignment due, I did not check that off. But so just looking right here, the description, the class that you're taking, the details. So I mean, obviously it's probably not meant for like check boxes and stuff like that, but that's what I used it as. And then like deadlines, so maybe important dates would be like study groups, stuff like that. Then once you get it completed, so maybe the details could include who you're doing it with, page numbers, stuff like that. So that's that right there. So the month of June is a little messy with like the color coordination I try to do. So like I don't know, yeah, so like that's not even the right date that I actually had them on the 17th. So yeah, I'll probably show you guys July just to show you how like I'm trying to do it now, but that's what the calendar spread looks like. I kind of wanted to show you guys like what a normal week looks like, whereas like this week's spread, since it's Monday, I haven't done anything yet for it. So, and plus it's just kind of an off week because this is my last week of classes before I start a new bunch. So anyways, if you saw like the pages bleed over on this side, that's why, because I colored in really hard. Normally it does not do that, But anyways, so above, I typically just write down whatever I have going on that day, but nurse aid classes actually ended up getting canceled and we had to do it all online. So okay, so here's my system here. I write the classes right here, even during the school year, which I might take you guys back to a spreadsheet of like a normal school day from like back when I was still in school before Corona. So anyways, I split it into colors. So each class had its own color. So nurse aid, unit 11 and 12. So I do that day. So I had all of my nurse aid classes in pink, so that I knew that was nurse aid and I wasn't getting confused with like chapter 1 worksheet if I had by any chance had it for 2, so I knew like what it was for. So then I had communications, which is actually my public speaking class, in blue. So I had that in blue right there. And then math, unit 1, then chapter 1, which I will show you guys what I do with my math and anatomy, because you're going to see that it's not on my normal spreadsheets, but I will show you what I do for that. Okay, so this is what like a typical week looked like in my planner. So obviously I used pencil at this point. I will no longer be using pencil, but it was kind of nice to just pencil it in because things change so easily. I'm pretty sure I spelled Jeannie wrong, so ignore that. So like I would write down what we did that day in class and then any homework that I had in that class that day, which I was kind of bad about like marking what I got done and stuff like that. But then, for example, right here, if I had something personal going on, I would just write it down. So you can see that right there. So sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, but here's kind of what it looks like now. So I have my class. So right now I'm taking public speaking, math, and anatomy. My nurse aid class is done. So at the top again, I write personnel things, and I really like color coding, so as stated before. So the purple stuff above is like dance practice, and once I start work, it'll be a different color, just so that I can separate things. So this morning I had dance practice from 7:30 to 9 a.m. so I have that on there. And since purple is a personal color, I have like pay for some college classes I'm taking and register for a class I'm going to take in a few weeks. Then for math, I will show you guys what I do for that. But okay, so here, persuasive due. That's one thing I like to do, is star when it's due, because just kind of gives me a better idea in my mind. So I have that I need to film that day. So anyways, back up here, I have mentality kind of as its own separate little area. So I wrote down what my goals were for today. And then over here, I wrote down what I needed to do for that today. So that's in the green. So it's green over here on my to-do list. So yeah, pretty much this week, it's not a lot. Like normally this is like flooded, but it's not this week because I have finals this week. So I'm not a collaborator. I'm a Instagram coordinator for not a YouTube channel, another Instagram account for mental health. So I will always put, even though it's not part of mentality, I always just put it here because it's the mental health part. So I remind myself whenever I have the Instagram takeovers for that day, just so that. And typically on the day before, I'll write up here that I need to put that stuff in Hootsuite. It's something that the team uses, and it's something I started using for mentality. So yeah, it's a really good way to just get organized. So now this is something I've been trying to do more with my bullet journal. Now that I have one of those, I might show you guys that. I'm showing you this because June's almost over, and like I said, I kind of got into a funk and I was really, really bad about keeping up with this, but this is how I decided I'm going to start formatting my months so that I don't run out of content ideas, etc. So I will most likely carry over a lot of these ideas into July because I'm going to start being very, very consistent with those. So then I split it into YouTube, blogs, and collabs. So I'll show you how I had it formatted in my bullet journal as well. That's all for the planner. So I'll now show you guys how I format my anatomy and math class. So my communications class, or my public speaking class, typically didn't have, it was normally enough for me to just put it all in my planner, but there was so much for math and anatomy. So here's how I did it. And I would coordinate it to the colors that are in my planner just to keep myself, I don't know, I'm kind of just particular about stuff like that. So here I have everything that's due this week. I have the due date. Then I have these little check boxes next to it, and I just do this on Google Docs. And yeah, so it's due Friday, and I'll make special notes in there if it's due on another day, like the final exam is due Friday, but here everything's due Friday, so I didn't make that special note, but that's how I do that. Right, so this is something I want to start doing for my parents, just so that they kind of know, like, my schedule, because that's something we kind of always have issues with, is them not knowing where I'm at, and it's just good for me to take to work, so I know I'm not always as good at writing in my planner, like on that spreadsheet, that giant spread, like calendar spread, I'm not as good as like flipping back and forth between that, which I want to get like those little magnetic bookmarks, because I feel like that would make it easier, because the paper bookmarks just get crumpled so easily. But anyways, I feel like I would use it more if I had that. But this is just easy for my parents and for me to start taking it into work, just to know, like, oh, I can't work on Saturday because of graduation, etc., etc. So I carried over the color coordination. So green is work, and I will most likely carry that over into my planner. And purple continues to be personal things, with actually it's kind of more school events in this case. So I have personal things in red here. So like 4th of July, graduation, then like school events like weights every Tuesday and Thursday. Then I go to my grandma's for dinner every other Tuesday. So that's pretty much that. Oh, in blue I have school related things, so second wave of college courses. I didn't really know what else to call it, so that's what I got called. Okay, so this is very large, and you can definitely see the glare there. So this is for July. I have everything basically color coordinated the exact same way, my planner and everything. So yeah, there's not much to say there. It's a really cute gold color that goes with the theme of my room. So yeah, so there's the board on my wall, so easy to see from my desk. So, and I think that's it for today's video. I hope this video gave you some inspiration on organizing your own planner, calendar, etc. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.